I think that there's two ways to look at this, right? One is, hey, I am in the market and I don't have that feedback loop. But also, if you look around the room, nobody else has that feedback loop as well, right? And so it's almost like, this could be a disadvantage. Or if I understand that everyone's kind of got the same disadvantage, can I actually use this to my advantage, which I think you guys have done very well, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I think also one of the things you'll find as well is that there's really no formula for being a good or great or successful investor. I think that what one needs to do is understand their self and then understand the market opportunity and try and bring those, in line, right? Like we were saying earlier, a short seller is a great example, right? You look at the chart of the S&P 500 over the last, 50, 80 years, et cetera. Tough market to be short, right? It basically looks like a 45-degree line, more or less up and to the right. Some short sellers have been, successful, others haven't. But you're wrong, clearly, much more often than you're right, right? And so it's not a good or bad thing, but some people have the stomach to be wrong 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, and have that one pay for the rest. Early stage venture is a little bit like that as well, right? There's like the power law, right? Great fund portfolios are not a lot of, a 5X fund is not a lot of moderate exits. It's typically one driver or two compensating for many, many losses, right? And that can be very effective, but not for everyone, and only if you have the stomach to be wrong for long periods of time, right? There are other people who might need more consistent positive feedback. It might be like a streaky shooter in basketball, right? If you get hot and you feel good and you're playing from the front foot, right? Or if you come out of the gate in a track meet first versus last, there are openers and closers, et cetera. And so I think one of the things in the market is, you want to study all the external things that you can, but you also really want to keep a close eye on yourself and understand where your own personal strengths and weaknesses lie. And then you want to construct an investment strategy which plays to those strengths and weaknesses, right? If you just hate losing money, if it throws you off all the time, right, then A, investing is a difficult job for you, but B, you should be taking, short stop losses, right? You should be in setups that have a high probability of winning, but perhaps a low magnitude of the winnings when you win, right? If you're kind of somebody who's built with more of a home run mentality, right, if that works for you, and not because you want it to work for you, but because it actually works for you, then you can take a different approach, right? And so I think that, one of the things we try to do, and every time we bring on a new hire, we're bringing in a whole new psychology to the firm. And so one of the interesting things about, co-running your own firm is you're also trying to bring people who have a different perspective than you, right? Have different strengths and weaknesses, versus yourself, and then, create a portfolio and a platform where, everybody's doing as much of what they're great at as possible and as little of what they're not.